Hi there! I hope today was a great day at school. Tonight we're going to read another story, the story of David and Goliath, called Fighting the Giant, from 1 Samuel 17 through 18, verse 5. 10 loaves of bread, 10 big chunks of smooth cheese, a half bushel of crunchy roasted grain. These were gifts for the captain of King Saul's army. David bundled the bread and cheese and grain together. 3 of David's brothers were soldiers in the king's army. David's father wanted to find out how they were doing, so he had asked David to take these gifts to the captain. David left his sheep with another shepherd, and down the road he went with the pack of gifts. Down the road, across the field, over the hill and valley, hill and valley, hill and valley. At last, David could see 2 armies in the distance. An enemy army was camped on one hill. King Saul's army was camped on another hill. There was a valley between the 2 camps, so David hurried to King Saul's camp. Just as David got to the camp, a giant man over 9 feet tall came down from the hill from the enemy camp. This giant wore a big helmet. He carried a huge spear, and he shouted to King Saul's army, "Send someone to fight me." The soldiers in King Saul's army stepped back. Someone ran to hide. "Do you see that giant Goliath?" they asked David. "Every day he comes out yelling at us." "How can you let this giant stand against God?" asked David. He went to King Saul's tent. "I'll go fight Goliath," David told the king. "You're just a boy," said King Saul. "How could you possibly fight a giant?" "When lions and bears came after my sheep, I fought them and killed them," said David. "And that's what I'll do to this giant." David went to the bubbling stream nearby. He reached into the clear, cold water and picked out 5 smooth stones. David put the stones in his bag. Then he walked down the hill and across the valley toward the giant. "Ha!" shouted Goliath when he saw David coming. "Do you think I'm a dog that you can beat with a stick? Come here and I'll feed you to the wild animals." But David did not step back like the other soldiers did. He did not run and hide. Instead, David shouted back at the giant, "You come against me with a spear and a sword, but I come against you in the name of the Lord. God doesn't need swords to win a fight, and this fight belongs to God. Today, God will win." Goliath started coming toward David, but David was fast. He put one of the smooth stones into his sling. He whirled the sling around and around. Suddenly, the stone shot out, zipped through the air, and hit Goliath in the forehead. Goliath swayed and staggered and fell face down. When the enemy saw that their champion was dead, they were the ones who turned and ran away. And after that, David became a mighty warrior in Saul's army. The end. Good night, friends.